this is Steve Bornson with Action Coach Business Coaching, and welcome to our Jacksonville Business Spotlight Series. The purpose of the Spotlight Series is to interview local business owners and promote them on our social media channels, as well as provide them and our audience with a little bit of coaching and advice as well. This is a free service that we offer because if every small business is strong, then our economy in Jacksonville is strong as well. So today I have the pleasure of speaking with Pete Denholm with Supporting Strategies. Welcome to the program. It's great to have you here today.
Hey, thanks for inviting me, and a really great concept. I love it. Love the idea of helping the small businesses in Jacksonville. So thanks for doing this.
Appreciate it. So let's just start, Pete, just by introducing yourself. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Again, my name is Pete Denholm. I started and opened up this business 6 years ago. I used to work for big four companies doing management consulting.
So tell us a little bit about Supporting Strategies. How do you help business owners?
So yeah, our target audience is small businesses, anywhere from pre-revenue up to right around 20 million, 30 million is where things might need to be insourced, because what we do is we provide the outsourced bookkeeping and controller services. Think of things, everything done by a small business owner, any transaction they might enter in their general ledger system, for instance, QuickBooks. We basically sort of own the QuickBooks process for our clients. It's full service. We'll help them run payroll, so accounts payable, accounts receivable, more importantly, doing the reconciliation and close and making sure that all our clients on a monthly basis for the previous month, by the 15th of the month, we provide them management reporting, really financial reporting.
That's pretty cool. So it's really what you're doing is you're helping the business owner focus on what they do that bring in the money, instead of doing all the administrative work where a lot of small business owners that really, one, they're not good at it and they hate doing it. A lot of times it's once they get it done, the CPA is now cleaning it all up because they don't do it right.
Yeah, we're audit ready, and the CPAs, our client CPAs, love our clients because it makes their job easier. It's now our problem to make sure they have a good, clean balance sheet and income statement, so that they can do what they do best, which is plan and grow, as opposed to doing the bookkeeping.
It's all a part of working smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
So let's get into a little bit about, really who you serve. What are your best customers, people that you love working with?
And sometimes you kind of expect, like me, to give an answer like size of the company, number of employees, or revenue, or industry. But to be honest with you, it is about the business owner that is willing to work with us from the way we want to work, right? We're going to work remotely. So we're going to help them understand why that's a good thing, as opposed to coming on site. We're going to leverage technology. So we want clients that understand, to work remotely and to work effectively and to make them more efficient. We're going to leverage a few tools out there that work well with, say, something like QuickBooks. So really, it's a business owner that wants to grow and to be efficient and use the best use of their time by leveraging what we do best, which is we're the experts in bookkeeping. So listen to us, let us advise you and help you understand what tools are some of the best tools out there, and just make life easier for you. I don't know if that's a normal answer that you get, but
because it's more about the attitude of the business owner, and they understand the value of outsourcing their bookkeeping so they can get really good information. And the benefit of that is they get to make better business decisions. It's sort of been unique a little bit about your business is everything is online and outsourced, and where everybody else sort of got caught up with you and going online during COVID. So how has COVID really affected your business?
It affected a lot of industries in a lot of different ways, right? Because in our business model, all the employees I have were already working from home. We were already serving our clients who are all in the cloud remotely. So actually, COVID, a lot of people began to understand the value of that when they couldn't go on site and access their QuickBooks account, or their bookkeeper. If they didn't have a redundancy, their bookkeeper got sick, actually caught COVID. We've had a few of those happen. That's the long way of saying, actually, it ended up being, and we brought on more new clients and more new business last year than we had in any of the 5 previous years.
That's awesome.
The understanding and acceptability of the outsourcing, I think, is a little bit easier of the conversation. You were asking me earlier, what's the type of client?
Right.
That conversation has gotten a little bit easier because of COVID, just the understanding of, yeah, more things can happen remotely now. And one of them is bookkeeping.
So everyone's really had to pivot to make things work better, especially during. Is there any one area that you had to do differently, or you were already set up to really take advantage of that online experience?
Yeah, I really had to think about this question, and the answer is I think we were just ready-made for it. The interesting thing is in our model, we've got a bunch of people working from home. My job is to go out and network and build relationships to find the business to come in.
Right.
What changed for me is I wasn't going out, and so for me personally, trying to figure out how to continue the connections. Luckily for me, I had already been out there for 5 or 6 years, so our name was already out there. So yeah, for the people working for me, which are about 25 people now, nothing changed. Absolutely nothing changed for them.
That's awesome. So this is an interesting question. It's said that smart people learn from their mistakes, wise people learn from other mistakes. So what mistakes that you've made maybe along the way that you might be willing to share that could help other entrepreneurs out there learn from your experience?
Yeah. So when I first started, it was the chicken and egg question about hiring employees when, at the timing when clients are coming on board. So from a growth perspective, I think everybody a lot of businesses can relate to the fact that I started with absolutely nothing, and I had to go out and start finding clients. And then when I was finding clients, all of a sudden I had to hire the right people. I'm not sure how I could have done it differently, but just recognizing that it's possible to have conversations with prospective employees that might be willing to wait for the right job. And so, what I could have done better was pre-hire, sort of working with people, getting them in the recruiting pipeline, so that when we had clients coming on board, then I was able to hire the employees. The lesson learned is work smarter on pre-interviewing people, having a pipeline of employees ready just in case you start to bring on a bunch of clients. I could have done better at that.
I talk with my clients about that a lot. And it's like, you need to have a bullpen of people that when you're ready to hire, when you need somebody, when that guy's not working out, then you need to bring in somebody. There's a bullpen that you can go to that you've already talked to, you've already interviewed, and be able to bring them on.
Let's say on average, I bring on 2 clients a month. Okay. So a good month would be onboarding 4 clients.
Right.
So I talk to my director now, who's responsible for the hiring and staffing. And I say, what if we get lucky in the next 30 days, we have to bring on 4 clients? Can we do that with our current staff? If the answer is no, then we put out a requisition and we start hiring. We've come up with a sort of an understanding, okay, the gee whiz, what if? Because what does that mean? Well, then in 2 months, I probably need a new employee anyway. So knowing your numbers like that is just absolutely key. And we've had to figure that out over the past 6 years.
What would you say inspires you most these days?
When I came from management consulting, I was working with really big organizations, government, not-for-profit. And it's like, turning a battleship, to get the results. Here, onboarding a client, putting them on QuickBooks Online, if they were on desktop, putting them on a good accounts payable process, that happens in 30 days. What energizes me is what we're able to do, and that gee whiz factor of helping these clients so that they can go and do what they need to do. Being able to come back and say, you've got a full-time person, but we can do it in half the time and charge you half the work, and you're going to get your reporting, and you're going to have better, and things are actually going to be better. That's fun.
That is awesome. So, Pete, thank you very much for joining us today on the Jacksonville Business Spotlight. For any business owners that if you want to participate in it, please reach out to us here at Action Coach. We're really helping business owners work smarter, not harder, so they could live more life.